Let's get physical. It's Jordan here, back again with this week's update and all the physical releases coming to the Switch. We are in the 4th week of June 21st until the 25th, Monday to Friday, retail low print imports, plus our community spotlight where you can win a prize. This episode is sponsored by the EPOS H3 closed acoustic gaming headset. Great audio design is essential for enjoyment in games. That's why we dedicate an entire section to it in our reviews. Well, the H3 is the perfect way to deliver that gaming audio right into your skull. Whether it's to listen for that enemy sneaking up behind you, to enjoy the atmosphere or soundtrack of the latest indie masterpiece, or maybe you just want to appreciate the cries of your fallen enemies. I mean, we all like to wallow in our victory from time to time. There's no better product out there. Featuring slick design, lightweight and comfort, the H3 has got gamers' backs. Compatible with PC and all consoles with its plug-and-play nature, it's as flexible as it is quality. And by flexible, I mean adaptable, not like... don't twist it. It's not that flexible. Adjustable audio, instant mute for your mic, and 2 different colors. Head over to eposaudio.com or click the links in the description to pick up your H3 headset today. Now, E3 is over. Nintendo's Direct was after last week's episode, so I want to know, what did you guys think of it? Did you enjoy it? And what was your favorite announcement? I thought it was really good without that one mind-blowing announcement to elevate it to legendary. Personally, I enjoyed seeing the Project Zero re-release Cruising Blast and Advance Wars despite the really bad art style. How about you? I'd love to know your thoughts. Anyways, this week's retail. Tokyo Olympics 2020 is getting a understandably belated release in the West this week. This actually got a Japanese release way back, so I know many importers had this in their collection already, but here is the Western version. It's Olympic sports without taking itself too seriously, a mix between like a proper sim and the Mario Olympic games. I mean, you can be a spaceman doing the 100 meters. That's very Japanese, and I approve. Moorhuhn Kart 2, the sequel we've all been begging for, is releasing in Europe this week. Absolute dross of the highest order. I'm sure you Americans are gutted there's no physical release there as far as I'm aware. I'll put import links below because I know you'll be begging for this one. I'm just shocked this is not a code in the box, to be honest. Crap! The Dungeon of Naheulbeuk, the Amulet of Chaos, is releasing in Europe this week. North American friends, you'll be gutted to hear that you'll have to wait until next week to pick this up. Actually, to be fair, this looks like a surprisingly decent strategy RPG adventure. A decent amount of humor, decent looking combat, it could be a good one. Let's see how the reviews are on the performance on the Switch. Alex Kidd in Miracle World DX is releasing in Europe this week. Looks like North Americans may have to wait until next week, maybe, I don't know. This is a remake of the eponymous game from the Master System. I remember my cousin had the Master System and this game was built into it, which blew my mind. And this was during like the Super Nintendo era when I was kind of almost a sentient human being and I can actually remember what was going on. So this was like mid-1995 at this point, but still, it blew my mind. A game in the console. What? Anyways, this looks fairly colourful and nice, and there's a signature edition of this available on Signature Edition's website. And Dane Wilkinson, Punky Dooster, and Gannicus, they've chosen this as their pick of the week. The nostalgia is strong. Mario Golf Super Rush is Nintendo's big game this week. They are on a roll. It feels like they've had a game every week leading up to this one. Anyways, golfing returns to home consoles and hopefully a nice revitalization just like Camelot did with the tennis series. Yeah, it was a little shallow, but it was a big step in the right direction, and I'm expecting the same here. Has a little adventure mode, has a gimmick, has all the hallmarks of Nintendo trying to reinvent the wheel. I'm expecting it to do well, because who doesn't love arcade golf? Alolan Jojo, God of Resin, Jonathan Rumor, and Brent McLean do because it's their pick of the week. Ghostrunner is making its Western physical debut, another one to strike off the import exclusives list. This can happen, guys, but don't worry, your Japanese and Asian copy is more awesome because it's Japanese and Asian. Anyways, this is a first-person adventure action game, supposedly pretty good, although perhaps slightly more than the Switch was built for in terms of its ambition. I know people like this though, so it's a good one to get. Plus, look at that artwork, guys. Look at it. Castaway Paradise may be releasing in Europe this week. I've seen this hanging around release dates for a while, so not 100% sure on this one, but you probably shouldn't care because I heard it's a little bit naff, at least in some circles. I mean, people compare it to Animal Crossing, so it's always going to lose that battle. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 is releasing this week, although sadly, a download is required from what I've heard. Good old Activision. Anyways, I really enjoyed one of the Pro Skaters on the PlayStation back in the day. Can't remember which number it was. Well, I say I enjoyed it. I enjoyed watching my friend play it. He wouldn't let me, but I guess it did kind of start my foray into my love of rock music. So thanks, Kyle. Thanks for letting me watch you play games that I didn't have. Anyway, Cigar Trucker has chosen this as his pick of the week. Fun! Animal Park is releasing in Europe this week, I think. This is already out in the US, has been for ages, and yeah, it's so popular, I don't think I've seen it in the community spotlight before, as far as I remember. Anyways, this is a cheap party game for families. I actually have no idea if it's good or not. Spirit, Lucky's Big Adventure is releasing in Europe this week, should be out in North America already. Blue Fire, I think, is releasing in this week in Europe and North America. I keep saying I think. I don't know, there's something about E3 that's made everything really unclear. I know a lot of people were impressed by this game when it released digitally. A bit of Zelda, a bit of Hollow Knight. It's a 3D action platformer that feels a step above its indie origins. It is difficult though. I think this is going to be a sleeper hidden gem physical on the Switch, so look out for it. I think it's going to be a really good purchase. And Cartoon Soren has been waiting ages. It's his pick of the week. How about we leave the classiest until last? Crawlco Block Knockers from the same cooperation that brought us the classic Waifu Uncovered. We have this tile sliding game which actually I heard is supposed to be alright, although the gimmick is the nutty girls underneath. This is a European exclusive, so you North Americans gagging for this lewd release need to import, and as a bonus you get a soundtrack CD to go with it. I'll pop import links below for that. Alright, the Low Prince. As I almost prophesied a few weeks back, et voila, it was here thanks to Limited Run. It's in a double pack with a game that I've never heard of before, Ghoul Patrol. Anyways, Limited Run, they know the hype for this because they've got an absolute shit ton of options available to purchase for it. I mean, just look at that. You guys must be dreaming if you think I'm going to explain it. I got a sweat on just looking at it. There's editions of all sorts. Have a look yourself because I'm not. Okay, actually I think there's only two versions for the Switch. A standard one and a collector's edition which contains all sorts of stuff including a Steam Box and a soundtrack amongst some other crap as well. I absolutely love Zombies Ate My Neighbors back on the Super Nintendo. One of my favorite games on the system, and you can pre-order this right now on Boombox. It's his pick of the week. Shadows of Adam. Shadow dropped last week from a Limited Run, like a minute after the episode went live. I swear they wait for me. They wait for me. A standard edition as well as a collector's edition. A distribution title for their buddies at PM Studios, which means they've probably already been printed and they'll be in your hands soon, I would guess. Anyways, this is supposedly a decent JRPG style game. Its heart is definitely in the right place. You can pre-order this now. The Takeover is going to be available to pre-order this week from a Limited Run on the 25th. This is a beat-em-up, if you hadn't figured already. There's a standard edition as well as a collector's edition which includes a poster and soundtrack. Refreshingly simple. The game itself is a decent enough time if you enjoy the genre, even if the art style is a little bit questionable. Huntdown had a surprise collector's edition put up for pre-order from Limited Run after E3 and promptly sold out, causing a lot of people to get rather grumpy. Only afterwards did they announce it was getting a normal retail release as well. So if you missed this collector's edition, then don't worry, you'll be able to get this at retail worldwide eventually with some extra goodies as well. And Michael Del Polito, Santa Tartaruga, both of them got their pre-orders in, so they're lucky once it's there. Pick of the week. Alright, the imports. Remember guys, if anything takes your fancy and you like to import it for yourself, then consider using the links below in the description and the pinned comment. If you use those links, then it also massively helps support this series out at the same time. Really, it is the best way to support us apart from our membership. So thank you ever so much, you guys are wonderful. And in return, if you use our links, then you can also get a very nice 5% off your order if you use the coupon code SwitchWatchTV while checking out. That's all one word, SwitchWatchTV. While checking out, you can get 5% off any physical item from PlayAsia. This week, Oh mama, Legend of Mana is releasing in Asia this week. This is a remastered action RPG from the glory days of Square Enix. I played this on my Vita a couple of weeks back in anticipation of my Switch review, and my word, it is the best looking PS1 game, like no question. It's also a lot of fun. Very, very different from your usual type of game, which seems to be a running theme from Square. What with them releasing Saga Frontier recently, there's a very free form nature to the progression, going about your business whichever way you feel. You place dungeons where you want, which can affect which monsters you'll see, which quests will activate, and even which monster eggs you may find. There's loads of hidden depth here, and although I can't give my full thoughts until my review tomorrow, this is going to be an essential import. No Western physical, but this Asian release does have English. You are going to want to add this to your collection of Saga Frontier, Final Fantasy IX, and the rest, the Telly games and so on. And Alyssa, she knows what's up. It's her pick of the week. Please stay tuned for my review tomorrow. I would greatly appreciate it if you clicked on our review first, because there's a lot of competition out there these days, and if you click on mine first, then it helps us a lot more. SuperMash is releasing in Japan this week. This is an exclusive physical release over there, which does have English. This is a genre mashup where you combine different genres to form weird games, such as a stealth game mixed with an RPG or a shooter or something. And it all comes together nicely in a story somehow. I know quite a few people enjoyed this for what it was, and if you want an import exclusive, then this is one to take a look at. It has a standard edition as well as a collector's edition, which comes with a keychain, a very funky one, a notepad, a soundtrack CD, and digital art book. And I've actually got to show this off a little bit later on, so don't go anywhere. You can see this fully unboxed. Just a reminder that Neocab from One Print Games is being sent out this week, if it wasn't sent out to you already. This is a taxi-driven narrative, has a little collector's edition from One Print Games, which comes with a nice keychain, manual, and card. Hopefully I'll be able to do an unboxing of that in the future. Play Asia also have some copies this week without the extra goodies, so it's a nice alternative way to pick it up. It has English, of course, an Asian exclusive. If you haven't seen their other upcoming releases, you should watch the reveal video that I did. And also, there is a boatload of other releases in Japan this week which do not have English. Samurai Warriors 5 releasing in Japan this week. It does not have English. We have to wait until slightly later. Same could be said for the JRPG Caligula Effect 2. No English. We are getting it, just not yet. Same with The Wicked King and Noble Hero. No English. I think we're getting this in the West, but I'm not sure if that was announced or not. Gendai Daisenkyaru, 2020, is a naval strategy game which I really wish had English, but it don't. Okay, we also have a bookload of visual novels. Hamidashi Creative, no English. Sugar Style, no English. Shirotu Koro no Alice, no English. Kenga Kimi, no English. Tokimeki Memorial, I don't think has English, but not 100% on that. I would be very surprised if it did. Alright, let's jump into the spotlight. Now, next week there's not going to be a community spotlight because I'm going on holiday. I'm still going to do the normal episode because I love you. Well, I'm gonna try anyways. So don't send in any pictures because, I'm not gonna be showing them. Just wait, hang on a while. Firstly, me though. Well, as hinted, Cosen sent me a nice package to unbox of their Japanese exclusive SuperMash prior to its release this week. Inside their very solid packages, you get the game, of course. Don't worry, it plays in English. You also get this thing, which I had no idea what it was at first. I guessed it was like a novelty bottle opener, but no! The pictures on the back explain it well. In this COVID world, hygiene has become a big thing. You don't want to be touching the same nasty shit as people who don't wash their hands or cough into their hands. Well, you use this to open doors, push elevator buttons, and do other stuff that you don't want to do with your hands. Kind of genius, since I've always hated holding door handles and pressing lift buttons. I have no idea the official name for this thing, but I'm calling it the Hygiene Hook. You also get a soundtrack CD, always happy about that. Comes with 58 short tracks, and you get a little notepad as well. Inside the case, you get access to a digital art book. Now, if you want to purchase this, import links are below as always, but you know when I thought when Cosen's generosity couldn't extend anymore after they donated 5 Wanderers for me to give away, well, which I will after my holiday, by the way, they sent me 10 SuperMash. I guess they are really grateful for the coverage that I've been giving of their games in the West. So yeah, somehow I need to give away 4 Wanderer CEs, 4 SuperMash CEs, and 5 standard editions. I have no idea how I'm going to do this, but I do know it's going to cost a fortune in postage. But I need to give these to you in some way. I'll be doing it after my holiday, I promise. I'll probably give some on Twitter, maybe someone in our Discord, maybe to one of our YouTube members, and of course you guys in the comments somehow. But yeah, many thanks to Cosen. Please check out their products. I've put links below to all of them. Have a browse, even if you don't buy. It's just a nice thing to do as a thanks, because they're very generous and they want to, you know, say thanks to you guys as well. Alright, on to you lot. God of Resin picked up these recently, including a couple of Best Buy versions of limited run games. I actually quite like that Samurai Jack version. I think that may be the best of the bunch. Cartoon Soren picked up a difficult release to get a hold of, one of the very, very early Switch titles, the only Skylanders game on the Switch. I don't know the going rate of these, but I'm pretty sure they ain't cheap. McLaren picked up 2 copies of Super Rare's latest game, getting both cover arts. I definitely think Lion Song version is the winner here. Certified picked up these 3, the European Final Fantasy Double Pack, and also a European exclusive Songbird Symphony. I do plan on making a video or 2 or 3 about European exclusives. I've actually already wrote 3 of them, I just need to make them. Jim got in a massive haul of low print goodness. The Billion Road one, distributed by Limited Run, is still available on their site if you want to pick that up. Johnny picked up these games, including the rather recent Very Very Ballet. It looks like it could be a fun little party game. Final Fantasy Set picked up some RPG goodness. 2 at the top there have some printable covers from Nintendo themselves. I think that Bravely Default 2 one is better than the normal one. Rogaro picked up these games, some great imports including the Ninja Gaiden Master Collection. I preemptively put this on the top imports ever list, and I was right to do so, although I probably should have put them way higher. They're very popular. Cookie Corey got in the collector's edition of Samurai Jack from Limited Run. Even in this picture, it doesn't quite do the size justice. It is absolutely massive. People will be able to build houses with these. Nee, many thanks for using our links and codes on some of these games. Great to see some great RPGs there. Saga Frontier, SD Gundam, and Star Renegades. Mayrin, many thanks for using our links and codes to pick up Ninja Gaiden and also the Japanese edition of Rune Factory 5, which sadly we still don't have a Western release date. If only this Japanese release had English, but it don't. Captain Slow picked up these games from last month. Balan Wonderland has plummeted in price already. Can it really be that bad? Can it really? Goma picked up these over the past few weeks, and I see Port Royal 4 in there in the bottom left, mainly just to actually know that it exists. I was only half confident about that. Raven Knight, let me give an obligatory mention to Sakuna. It's been a while actually, sold over 1 million copies, most of which I've had to point out in the series. The One, many thanks for using our links and codes on these 3 games. Wing of Darkness, Atelier Mysterious, and Ninja Gaiden, fantastic. Seth wanted to show a fan-made box of Mighty Gunvolt from a few years ago compared to the real thing this year from Limited Run. Very close. Remy X picked up these games. Actually appears the Chinese version of EDF does have English along with the Southeast Asian version, so it's an import option if you can't get that one. Evil McLeod got in limited edition of Sense. Mine arrived in the UK too last week. Sadly, it's sold out now. Don't miss out on these if you're on the fence. Mickey D, long-time viewer, first-time shower, showed off this special reserve edition with some very cute little stickers. Very nice indeed. Ty Whittle picked up these 2 games. I didn't realize that Game Builder was so cheap. I guess it kind of makes sense, but it's a surprise knowing Nintendo's usual pricing standpoint. Yikes Bikes does show how massive that Samurai Jack is. Where on earth are you supposed to put that? Suniac picked up these from Play Asia with some fantastic input, some great RPG essentials such as the Atelier games and I Am Setsuna. Great stuff. Ace wanted to show off their collector's editions coming in all shapes and sizes. Very nice indeed. Alright, let's have a roundup. N0, Brandon Fenton, Bryson Coldwell, Lord Thanos, Palmer, Angel and Liz, Jason Woodbury, Craig Morgan, Choco Loco James, Demigs, Rick Krolbert, Parsnip Coffee, Yusha, Neverbirth, Sosha, Punky Dooster, Lord Vapor, Robotech, Peter Clark, Radio to Rancid. Alright, there's just one thing left to do. Let's give away Rico. And the winner is Raven Knight. Raven Knight, congratulations. Please contact me via the same method that you submitted your picture and I'll get Rico sent to you. Now, as I said, no spotlight next week or perhaps in the next few weeks. I'm not sure how long I'll be on holiday. It's just a casual, let's see where the wind takes us affair. So maybe next week, maybe 2 weeks later, we'll see. But hold off on your photos. I'm still doing a physicals episode, just no community spotlight. I'm very committed to not missing a week. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode of New Physical. Special thanks to our executive producers, Dane Wilkinson, God of Resin, Boombox, Brett McLean, Jonathan Room, Organicus, Santa Tartaruga, Alolan Jojo, Alexander Cato, JCross776, Elissa, Punky Dooster, Michael Del Polito, Cigar Trucker, Cartoon Sorens, Jack Severus, and Vilos, our brand new executive. Vilos, please contact me on Twitter or Discord because I need to have a little chat with you about your picks for the weeks going forward. Alright, thank you ever so much for your support, and many thanks for you guys watching right now. If you watched all the way through, you are a beast. A beast. Give me a fist bump in the comments so I know who you are, and I'll give you a fist bump back. Alright, my voice is really destroyed right now, so I'm just gonna check out right now. See you guys later. Have a good one.